Welcome to Video Rental, your retro movie hub. Join us as we rewind through the iconic films of the 70s, 80s, and 90s gems. From cult classics to blockbuster hits and even some infamous flops. We're covering it all. So grab some popcorn, get cozy, and let's dive into the wonderful world of retro cinema together. Today's episode, we're joined by Doug. How we doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Derrick, how we doing?
Doing good. Still waking up. It's early mornings.
It's real early, yep. So on today's episode, we're going to be covering 1982's The Thing. Derrick, let's start with you. When was the first time you saw The Thing?
So my first exposure to The Thing was last night.
Fresh. Super fresh.
Yeah, it's pretty fresh. So I'm coming at this with no nostalgia goggles on.
All right.
I'm just coming at it completely with an unbiased.
Okay.
You know, sometimes nostalgia, you can remember things better than what they actually were.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes.
Oh, yeah. No, there's been plenty of things I went back to watch, and I'm like,
that did not age well.
Yeah, why did I like this?
Yeah.
Doug, what about you? When was the first time you saw The Thing?
The first time?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it was on TV.
Yeah. 20, 30 years ago? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
They would I feel like they would have to cut, 15 or 20 minutes out of this movie just to be able to show it on TV back then. Now, probably wouldn't.
I can't imagine how they would put this movie on TV with all the gore.
Yeah.
And the monster transformations. And
yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely...
I mean, people are going to lose their mind the first 15 minutes with the dog scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's probably the hardest part of the movie to watch.
Yeah.
Dog.
I mean, honestly, I'd say... I don't even know. Honestly, it was probably late 90s, early 2000s. I mean, this is probably one of those like Sci-Fi Channel movies I probably saw.
I don't know. I watched a bunch, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This was... I wouldn't say this was a staple, but this was definitely on the, block of, horror movies back in the day that I'd watch. Always enjoyed. All right, so I'm going to read the plot. A research team in Antarctica is haunted by a shape-shifting alien that assumes the appearance of its victims.
To the point.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's one thing they do not hide in this movie, that it is an alien. I mean, literally the movie starts off, I mean, I'm already going into it, but the movie starts off with an alien spaceship crashing on Earth. I mean, they don't show the crash, but it's like, you can clearly see it's heading towards Earth. So, I mean, they don't hide the fact that it's an alien.
Right.
But at the same time, you don't know it's an alien if you're fresh going into it. But Derrick, you wanna read us some vitals on the movie?
Sure. So the movie came out in June 25th, 1982. IMDb score, number 148 of 250. Now, to me, I feel like that's kind of low, especially considering how many people regard this as one of the greatest horror films of all time.
Well, the funny thing is, when I first started that I wanted to do this movie, this was actually at a 149 just 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So when I was finishing up things, I noticed it changed. It went up.
That's
to
the practical effects people that are tired of CG.
Oh, yeah. Well, and we'll talk about the supposed sequel. I don't know if Derrick, if there's a sequel, but we'll talk about that.
Yes.
Well, heck, you think about that, it could be a sequel to a remake.
Well, I mean, if you want to get down to it, a lot of people think it is a sequel, but it's actually a prequel. Like the whole point of the Thing sequel, I guess you could say, is it shows what the Norwegians went through. Yeah.
I always say Sweden's, but I knew it was something like that. Norwegian, Sweden.
So, I'm looking up other movies that came in 1982. Of course, one of my personal favorites of all time, 1982, is E.T.
Oh yeah.
But so what was it competing with also that year? Tootsie, one of the bigger movies in 1982. Never saw it. Officer and a Gentleman.
Yeah.
Rocky 3 also came out that year.
Oh.
Poltergeist,
Oh yeah.
another classic.
Just watched it recently again. Loved it.
Also, another classic which we need to do is Rambo First Blood, 1982.
Oh, we've already done it.
I wasn't here for that one. Okay. And then Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan.
Well, I mean, it's the
And if we could ever get Preston back, we could do that one.
we already done Wrath of Khan.
That was like one of
Did
the
we?
first,
Yeah, that was like
first ones.
that was like
I'm like, oh yeah, we did.
yeah, that
You
one
can
was,
tell it's early morning.
no, it's all good. That one was like almost a 2.5 hour episode because that's Preston's favorite Star Trek movie. So we were here for a while talking about that.
So that was 1982 big movies, some real classics, heavy hitters that year. IMDb score of this movie is 8.2 out of 10. And then the tomato meter, critic score 85%, audience score 92%. So not off by too much there.
No,
The movie was budgeted at $15 million, and I guess they probably spent most of that budget on fake blood and slime.
probably. Yeah.
Fake snow.
Yeah. And then the box office brought in over $20 million. So wasn't a huge commercial success, I guess.
No, and you always got to keep in mind that the movie theater gets half the profit.
I think the Thing has more of a cult following
Definitely.
after it came out to VHS, and
yeah, definitely.
that's where it kind of flourished. Runtime of 1 hour and 49 minutes. And honestly, when I was watching it last night, it didn't feel
No, it
like
goes
an hour
by
and
fast.
49. It clips along pretty good. It's a pretty good pacing in terms of the movie. There weren't any parts I felt like that really dragged.
I don't think so.
And of course, rated R with all the blood and gore and horror goodness. The tagline, the ultimate alien terror, which is quite a buzzful claim considering that just a few years earlier, Alien came out, and that would, probably argue with that about it being the ultimate alien terror. But the perfect organism, that's that one.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. Cast, Kurt Russell. This is probably one of his best-known roles.
Yeah.
He was also in Elvis, Used Cars, Escape from New York, Big Trouble in Little China. I've only seen that once, and I don't really remember a whole lot about it.
Big Trouble?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say I've never seen it until recently, and I'm like, I don't see it. Like, I just don't see what.
Been a long time since
I love it.
Been a long time since I've seen Escape from New York, too.
I was going to ask, have you guys actually seen that Elvis movie with him playing Elvis?
I haven't.
It's actually, it was made by John Carpenter. I haven't. I think I need to check it out just to see.
I saw the Elvis movie that came out a few years ago.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah.
I can't think of that kid's name.
Austin Butler or something like
Butler.
that.
Yeah.
And then Kurt Russell also starred in Tango and Cash, Backdraft. I remember that. That came out in the early 90s. That's a firefighter movie.
It's a good one, yeah.
Tombstone, of course, which we already done. See, I remember that one. Stargate. Now, if Preston were here, he would wax eloquent about. He loves Stargate.
I like that movie a lot.
I actually watched it recently, and I think it holds up. I really do think it holds up.
I like James Spader too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a movie that's more of a cult classic in terms of sci-fi.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it really blew the doors off the box office when it came out. But it, if you're a sci-fi fan, a lot of people are going to dig that one.
Well, I mean, just also the
TV series.
Yeah,
with Richard Dean Anderson.
It spawned
MacGyver.
It spawned like 2 or 3 TV series. Like there's like the regular Stargate, and then there's like a bunch of spinoffs. I mean, and it was huge for years.
Yeah, early 90s, they had some really good some really good sci-fi that was
X-Files.
under the radar.
Yeah.
And SG was definitely one of those. So, Kurt Russell, he's got quite the resume. We have Mr. Diabetes himself, Wilford Brimley.
Why did I know you would do
who hasn't
Diabetes.
seen that? Diabetes?
Everybody's seen that
Diabetes.
commercial.
He was in The Natural, Cocoon. I knew I had seen him somewhere. He was also starring in The Ewoks, The Battle of Endor.
Which you can watch on Disney.
I went back and rewatched it a few years ago. Wow, that did not age well.
I'm sure it didn't because it didn't do well back then either.
Little fuzzy Ewoks. They were just trying to cash grab on the cuteness of the Ewok.
I remember watching that Battle of Endor, though, as a kid and really being into it. He was also in The Firm and Hard Target and many, many Diabetes commercials.
Diabetes.
T.K. Carter also starred in this movie. He is in several TV shows. VO.
Voiceovers. He's
Voiceovers.
he's huge voiceover. Like he's done everything. So he really didn't do much other than a lot of voiceovers and just TV. So,
and then we have Keith David, the Thing himself. He has a huge resume. 400 credits. You remember him in Platoon, They Live, OG Roadhouse, which Doug also loves, Men at Work, Quick and the Dead, Gargoyles, Armageddon. I don't remember him in Armageddon. I have to go back and...
I think he was like one of the generals or something.
Oh, okay, yeah. He was in The Replacements. Pitch Black. That's a cool sci-fi movie. One that broke Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
And
I know you guys will love that.
I remembered him from being the Arbiter in the Halo games.
Yeah.
So Halo 2, he's the voice of that character. Richard Dysart, he was starring in this role. Pale Rider, Wall Street, Back to the Future 3. Was he one of the Mad Dogs?
No, he was the guy that would carry around the piece of barbed wire that was talking to Doc.
Oh, okay.
That's him.
Saying he's going to revolutionize the West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I put
Joseph Glidden,
so I can
random
remember
fact. Joseph Glidden, he was the inventor of barbed wire.
Yeah.
I remember that from my book learning. Hard Rain. I remember Hard Rain.
Yeah, that was
Christian Slater and Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. I feel
It's a bank heist movie that takes place in the middle of a flood.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I rewatched it recently on like Tubi. I think it was on there.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was a fun time. It was okay.
I feel like I watched it about 4 or 5 years
That's
ago.
the most action you ever seen a John boat around.
Yeah. At one point in that movie, they're riding in jet skis through the halls of a flooded high school.
Who never wanted to do that?
I mean, come on, yeah. Charles Hallahan, also in the cast here. He was in Twilight Zone, the movie, Pale Rider, Welcome to the Space Jam. And then Dante's Peak. What a terrible disaster flick. It's so bad it's good.
I hadn't seen it since probably the 90s, so
Dante's Peak, that's got Pierce Brosnan in it.
Yeah.
is it
And I'm forever traumatized from that movie because the grandma who they go to
jumps out.
rescue gets burnt with an acid lake.
Yeah.
to
remember
save
that?
her grandchildren.
Yeah.
This guy, he died pretty bad too in Dante's Peak. He's the one that had a heart attack in the thing, and they're trying to. He's the one that was in that
Didn't
RV.
make it up- he didn't make
or
it
the
over the
van.
bridge, yeah.
yeah, the van. All of a sudden, just because the river,
Gotcha.
or whatever
the
it was,
river
took
of
him.
magma.
Yeah, it took him, and he died pretty bad too.
That's another thing that was really popular in the early 90s. Disaster flicks.
Oh, yeah.
Really big. You know, you had like Deep Impact. You
Well,
had
Armageddon. That was probably
you
the
had
biggest
Dante's
one.
Peak. You had Tommy Lee Jones. I remember him being in a movie called Volcano.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Right? You had Anaconda,
yeah.
Lake Placid. Well, those are more like
Monster.
monster movies,
flicks.
but
There was a lot of disaster movies.
yeah.
2012.
What was the counterpart to Armageddon? Didn't it have Morgan Freeman in it? It was like another.
Oh, the core.
No,
Deep Impact.
Was that Deep Impact?
Yeah.
It was another asteroid.
Asteroid disaster?
Yeah, I feel like it had. Was that Deep
Pretty
Impact?
sure it was Deep Impact.
Okay.
The core had Thomas Jane.
Yeah.
Also in this movie, Peter Maloney from the Amityville Horror, Manhunter, JFK, and Thinner. Richard Mauser, Risky Business, It, My Girl. Who could ever forget the classic Encino Man, featuring Brendan Fraser and Pauly Shore? Man, that's one we got to do.
We're gonna sit here and make fun of it.
That's another one. It's so bad it's good.
Yeah.
The whole trying to figure out what you ate yesterday is my favorite scene.
Yeah.
You're following each other's like,
Good old Encino Man. Donald Moffat also starred in the movie. He was in Earthquake, Popeye, Clear and Present Danger, and the movie 61.
Did you guys see 61?
oh, that was Biodome I'm thinking about.
Yeah, Biodome. Did you guys see 61 about Roger Maris and?
No.
It was about the whole where they were competing against each other to make
Most home runs.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. It's just called 61.
Was it Roger Maris and Joe DiMaggio?
No. What was the other big hitter back then? Man, I used to know this stuff. I don't.
Oh, well.
I can't think of it.
We can Google it later.
Yeah.
Put the answer in the comments if you're listening. Screenplay written by Bill Lancaster and John W. Campbell Jr. is actually a novel. Produced by David Foster and Larry Franco. Music by Ennio Morricone. And I'm guessing that's an Italian name.
Could be.
He probably did a lot of spaghetti westerns, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just leave the pronunciation up to me, Douglas.
No problem. I'm sitting here, it's like it's blurry over there anyway.
Where's your bifocals, old man?
They're on order.
The movie was filmed in Canada, Alaska, sound stages in Los Angeles, and Ohio.
Yeah.
What?
Probably just another sound
Yeah.
stage, yeah.
So I guess for all of the outdoor Antarctica scenes, they were in British Columbia and Alaska.
Yeah.
And then, of course, all of the interior scenes of the base and all of that takes place in Los Angeles. Probably the last part of the movie I'd say too is probably soundstage.
Yeah, probably.
When they're in the underground
It's all
mine
burning and all that.
part.
Yeah. Probably all the helicopter scenes were probably in Alaska and stuff like that. Yeah.
So this was a Universal Pictures movie. And, if you watch a Universal Pictures movie, it usually begins by showing you the Earth logo. And I don't remember seeing that last night. Now, it does start with Earth, and you see
Universal come around.
you see the UFO fly and crash land into Earth. But I don't remember seeing the Universal logo itself.
I think because there was other production companies attached to this, so that was the one. That was just the biggest one I saw. So,
and of course, the movie is directed by John Carpenter, a name in Hollywood that needs no introduction. Also directed Assault on Precinct 13, one of Nathan's favorite movies, Halloween. Elvis, thank you very much, 1979 version. The Fog, Escape from New York, Starman, Big Trouble in Little China, They Live, Escape from L.A., Vampires. So John Carpenter and Kurt Russell have done a lot of work together.
I think it's like 4 or 5. I think it's like 5 movies now.
I always like Starman.
It's kind of like
I'd put that on there for you.
kind of like Christian Bale and
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan or Cillian Murphy and
Cillian. He's him and what was it? Alfred? What's his name? It was in the
Brimley?
No, we're talking about Batman Begins.
Michael Caine. Michael Caine.
Yeah, Michael Caine.
He's another one that has done it.
That's right. He has been in a lot. Trivia. You know us. We like our random facts. Just in case if the question comes up on Jeopardy, we can
Even
nail
if
it.
we are wrong most of the time, but it's okay.
By the way, shout out to our first hater.
Oh, yeah.
We had our first hater.
Yeah,
make a
Doug, did you
comment
see
the other
that?
day,
Yeah, I saw it.
disparaging us for
Not liking 2001.
Yeah, because pretty much we just said that it's not the greatest, and he said, "Well, you're just stupid for saying it's not the greatest." I'm like, okay.
There you go. It's called an opinion. Everybody's entitled to one. Trivia. While discussing the character of McCready, John Carpenter and Kurt Russell discussed having McCready be a Vietnam War helicopter pilot who was involved in some sort of tragedy that left him disgraced by the service. And because of this, McCready suffers from PTSD, alcoholism, and severe insomnia. Seems to fit very well with the portrayal in the movie. The backstory ultimately did not make it into the finished film, though it explains why McCready was awake to hear the dogs whining and why he isn't fazed by the grotesque violence. It also adds deeper context to the line, "I'm a real light sleeper, childs." Yeah, that would have been an interesting little flashback maybe they could have thrown in there in a director's cut. I know he was trying to keep it trimmed down.
They could probably even just like have something in the background showing a medal or something, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
that is one thing about the movie that coming in as a first timer watching it, like they don't give you any background on any of the guys there.
They're just there
in the American. So you're just thrown into this situation. There's no backstory. You don't know anything.
Well, I think that's one thing I like about the movie is the fact that it pretty much jumps right into it. I mean, it literally starts off with a dog being chased through the
it
snow.
takes off running. I mean, literally and figuratively.
Yeah, and we have no idea what's going on. So,
one more little nugget of trivia. For a scene where Dr. Copper's arms are severed, we all remember that, a real-life double amputee stand-in was used wearing a mask in the likeness of Dysart. The audience focuses on the bloody stumps while the mask goes unnoticed. Nice little misdirection there.
An amputee.
Practical effects, people.
Great. The film is considered a benchmark in special makeup and effects. The effects are created by Rob Bottin. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Works.
He was only 22 years old when he started the project. And the dog thing was created by Stan Winston, of course, from ILM, who declined screen credit as he didn't want to take away from Rob Bottin's work. Wow, how humble. Mr. Winston receives a special thank you in the closing credits. I bet that guy was just living on the movie set because there's a ton of special effects.
He had to have that 22-year-old energy.
You know it because they were inventing these techniques.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is early stuff here.
Ain't no CG in this movie.
I wonder if that chest thing was like a bear trap.
Yeah.
Probably could have. Well, thanks, Derrick. Doug, I know you're blind right now, but you want to attempt to read us?
Oh, boy, this could be bad.
Reviews. I made the letters a little bit bigger.
Y'all, if you could see how big the type font is on this sheet of paper. 22 point.
They said another week, and my glasses over here. Okay. Let's see. The first one. 4 out of 10. We're getting into some reviews, people. More people on the old internet. We're reading some of their opinions. 4 out of 10. Disgusting. From Kenja. August 9th, 2011. This is a big is it a big budget remake?
Well, I guess compared to the
I guess, yeah.
To the night. I don't know. Did you guys know this was a remake?
Yeah, did you watch the original?
No, it's from 1951. It's
You not watched it? You need to watch it.
Have you watched it?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. You haven't seen it?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a remake. I thought it was.
It's different. It's more like isn't it more like plant-based creatures or something like that?
Well, they're in the Antarctic still. Yeah, and it does do the same type of as transforming into other things.
Yeah.
So they don't know who it is, and they keep trying to trap it outside. And, But it's definitely like psychological. The way they set up traps and all that stuff is pretty neat. Okay. This is a big budget remake of the 1951, proves that bigger isn't better, marred by poor acting, directing, and the script. Carpenter thinks that slimy creatures and graphic mutilations are entertaining, but it's just disgusting. Isn't that supposed to be the point of it?
It is in the horror category.
Yeah.
There is no subtlety at work here. The film has its parallels to Invasion of the Body Snatchers and Alien, but one of the reasons it falls short for those landmark sci-fi classics is that there's a little buildup of suspense. The characters are one-dimensional. It's all about special effects. Well, you're wrong.
Yeah, I mean the special effects play a huge role in the movie, but I think you're really underselling the movie if you say it's all about that.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot more going on in the subtext of the movie.
Well, and if you notice, that doesn't happen like every second.
Yeah.
We're dealing with people dealing with something that they have no idea about, and so they eventually it's the whole thing's about paranoia.
Yeah, they're just up there studying ice.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see this next one. 8 out of 10. Claustrophobic and paranoid. There you go. That's the whole thing. They're all...
Those of you that can't see, I'm playing with the Kurt Russell action figure from Nathan's collection, and I can't get it to stand up. So I just sat it down.
The McCready.
Anyway, continue, Doug.
Yes. Let's see. Edge 49, June 27th, 2025. Wow, somebody recently watched this. This type of movie was definitely not my type of movie.
Let me go ahead and say this. When I found this review, I thought Derrick wrote it. I really thought you wrote this, Derrick. Just go ahead.
Let's see what Derrick has to say then. I do not go for horror movies, and I definitely do not care for gore movies.
I don't mind gore.
Then all being said, this movie did everything right. It created eerie sense of claustrophobia for me. I felt like I was stuck at the base with those guys. Some things I did not like were all the characters. There were just too many of them. They kept throwing out names that I could not remember who was who. It moved too fast. Also, the gore. For some reason, I just do not like all that weird, contorted gore and blood and tissue and stuff. It's just not for me. It's hard to believe that this movie was a failure on release. It holds up well today. I would never watch this movie again. But if you're into the genre, I recommend. I love it, but I'm never watching it again.
I agree with a lot of what was said there, and I'll touch on that later. A movie can be good,
Yeah.
and you can recognize its brilliance and not really enjoy it.
Oh, yeah,
And that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Okay. 1 out of 10, The Thing, from UFGM 19, November 2017. This Wild is all very recent. This is the worst movie I've ever seen.
Like anybody can know that, Napoleon.
Come eat your dinner, you fat llama. As Kurt Russell did in this movie, this film should be burned. The 50s version was much better, and the ending was terrible. I've never seen this before, and now I'm sorry I did. This is a case of bad filmmaking. If you are thinking of watching this movie, do not waste your time. Wow. Okay.
That's pretty harsh.
That's pretty hard. Okay, let's see what this guy says.
10 out of 10.
10 out
We
of
went
10.
from a 1 to a 10.
10, yeah. That's the way Nathan likes to. He likes to build up.
Well, I like to
It's his way
bring
to
you to the
mix it
bottom, then bring you right back to the top.
Suspense, isolation, and pure mastery. From DSV1, April 7th, 2025. John Carpenter's The Thing is an absolute masterpiece of suspense and atmosphere. The set against the stark and beautiful emptiness of Antarctica, the film traps its characters and the audience in place where the isolation is as terrifying as the monster itself. Like Alien 1979, it masterfully plays with slow burn tension, letting fear build naturally instead of rushing the action. The stunning natural visuals only make the horror more suffocating, as the survival feels truly hopeless. Every moment is packed with unease, suspicion, and dread. The Thing proves that when suspense is crafted with patience and precision, it becomes more powerful than any jump scare.
Booyah.
Mic drop on that one. All right. We are to Mr. Ebert. Let's see what he thinks. The Thing. It is a great barf bag movie.
There you go, barf bag.
But is it any good? I found it disappointing due to the superficial characterization and implausible scientist behavior. Carpenter's strong point is creating emotions, not developing characters. Despite typecasting and stereotypes, the character's primary purpose is to be attacked. The second problem is plausibility. The Thing waits for alone characters to pronounce, digest, and imitate them. A watertight buddy system is an obvious defense, but Carpenter allows the characters to wander alone and return with smiles, confusing who may be infected. This takes the fun away. The Thing is essentially a geek show, a gross-out movie for teenagers. There's nothing wrong with that. I like being scared in many scenes, and The Thing scared me. However, Carpenter prioritized special effects and technology over the story and characters. Since this material has been done better, especially in the original, The Thing, and Alien, there is no need to see this version unless you're interested in The Thing's transformation from greasy organs to a dog. Amazingly, many moviegoers are interested in seeing just that. 2.5 out of 4 stars.
Well, see, I think the biggest thing with this movie is the reason it didn't do so well is because it just, back then, things were a lot simpler back then. It shocked people when they went into this movie, especially seeing that first scene of when the dog is transforming. That kind of gore just pretty much was unheard of back then. I mean, we had, Halloween, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and, Jason had already been out, but we never had this type of gore in 1982. So it really shocked a lot of people where they were just disgusted with the movie.
Well, I mean, you had Alien with the chest bust. I mean, and even then that was hid behind a shirt. So
yeah. So it was just, I think that was the biggest downfall, not for me, but the biggest downfall for theaters back then was people were just disgusted by the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I think gore or blood it has a more powerful effect if you use it maybe sparingly and then wait until later in the movie to get maybe more explicit with it.
Yeah.
I mean, he just comes right out in that first scene and blows you away with it, and you're like, okay.
Here we go.
So I could see how, and it's a subjective thing.
Yeah.
Some people are going to be put off by it immediately, like that one review, and other people are going to be like, yeah, give me more.
Well, I mean,
so it just depends on the person.
Yeah. Like even the reviews we read, the later review, like more today, they think it's more subdued. And, and that just shows how much desensitized we've gotten to that kind of stuff on TV or in entertainment. So,
well, and today, the big thing today, and I have an issue with it, is today, pretty much what they call it is torture porn, is where that's what horror movies are today, is where they just consistently, they want to show. I don't watch a lot of them because I don't, that's not appealing to me. I like the classic horror movies where you just see somebody die and that's it. I'm not into death. That's not what I'm saying, but it's just like today's
long and drawn out.
Yeah,
torture.
There's those movies called Terrifier. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, Derek. I've never watched them, but I've read up on them, and they are just disgusting. They show some people getting cut in half. It sits there for 10 minutes showing the guy sawing somebody in half. I'm like, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah.
But people love that stuff, and I'm like, I just don't care about that stuff. So that's the problem with today's horror. Is just like they've gone so high. That's the only way they can go now.
Right. They just got to get more and more.
You just pissed off a bunch of people on the internet.
Well, I don't care. Like Derrick said, we're all entitled to our opinion.
Down the comment section right now because of your insensitive comments.
Say? I identify as a horror buff.
I mean, honestly, I thought that was hilarious. In the same day, we got an amazing comment saying, "Oh, you guys did great on this. Good job. Good job." And then, boom, you suck.
Which goes to show you're never going to make everybody happy.
No.
So don't try.
No.
And-
That's the beauty, people. Everybody can be different. Yeah. And still get along.
And at the end of the day, people are going to like what they want to like.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily bad. It's just the way it is.
Just means you're weirder than other people.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Doug. All right. So let's get into our scene by scene here. So scene 1. A ship crashes near Earth. A helicopter chases a dog in the snow. A science crew at the U.S. base reacts to the helicopter. Norwegians and the helicopter try to shoot the dog, but shoot one of the U.S. scientists. Security shoots the Norwegian and takes the dog. They investigate the Norwegian camp, finding it destroyed, bodies and ice blocked, hollowed out. They find a half-burnt creature and take it back autopsy. What is that? Autopsy.
Autopsying
it.
I wrote this. That's great.
So the probably the most if the first scene don't get you prepped for what kind of movie this is, it starts out with a helicopter chase. You're like, what's going on? And the guy's trying to shoot a dog.
Yeah.
All you see is a guy with a high-powered rifle leaning out of a helicopter trying to shoot a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it drops you into the middle of this total mystery.
Yeah.
You have, unless you've seen the 51 movie, which most haven't.
Yeah. But it
Unless
still
you're of a
don't start
certain
like
age.
this.
But it just drops you into this completely crazy scene with no context at all, except for the flying saucer.
Right. Well, okay, so we talked a little bit about the sequel, prequel, whatever you want to call it. So basically in that one, it shows the perspective of the Norwegians, like what they went through. And I've seen it. The only problem the biggest problem I have with it is it ruins the mystery for this movie. Mm-hmm. If you watch that first, you're not going to enjoy this movie at all. Because it shows exactly they went through a lot of the same stuff as they do in this movie.
Is it subtitled or is it in English?
It's in English.
Okay, I was wondering because
Just everybody speaks English. I mean,
okay.
But the problem is it's a full CGI fest. There's no practical anything in it. It's all CGI. When you see the monster transforming or absorbing somebody, it's full CGI. Mm-hmm. And I think that really ruins it. I mean, they did a great job connecting when they go and visit the Norwegian camp. You see all kinds of different areas. They do a great job connecting it, showing you that monster that's burned up, that's kind of half transformed in the snow there that they pick up. They show where that monster came from and what happened to it. They show why the reason for the Norwegian guy getting in the helicopter and running after this dog.
Gotcha.
It's cool. It's a cool connection, but watch this first and then go back and watch that. But the movie is garbage at the same time. The prequel.
So watch it and hate it all to once.
It's just the CGI. I think that's the biggest issue with it. Is it's just like, we've all talked about CGI. A lot of things get ruined today by CGI when there's nothing practical in it.
Yeah, it's just an over reliance upon it.
Yeah.
To where
The perfect
takes
movies
away
have
some
a
of the creativity.
blend of practical and CG. Is Hollywood listening? They
No.
need more practical.
No, we don't have that many
everything's
followers.
going to go to AI soon, so it won't.
Oh yeah, you just talking to a thing.
Yeah. So as the movie starts off, right, we've got the attack scene, and if I remember, one of the Norwegians spouts off something in Swedish or whatever,
Yeah, he's yelling out of the helicopter.
and there's no subtitles for what he.
You know, I could speak Norwegian.
There's no subtitles for what he says.
No.
Which would be interesting to know what he said. I mean, if you were fluent in the language, I guess you could get a clue of what's going on there.
I know.
Maybe you could put the subtitles on the DVD and it would tell you.
It might, but I've got that. I've got exactly what he says later.
But
What does he say?
it would ruin the movie. He's got to say that's
Are you
not
going
a
to talk
dog.
about it later?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll just talk
It's
about
like
it
that's
later.
not a dog.
Yeah. Obviously, he's saying something about the dog.
Yeah.
And what's the first thing people are going to do? They're going to try to protect the dog because they see what they're doing.
Yes.
They're like, oh,
Well, especially a whole camp that has, a half a dozen dogs.
dogs are they're waiting.
Animal
around.
lovers are going to just totally lose it. This first part of the movie, they're going to have a tough time with it.
So they go investigate after the Norwegians blow up their own helicopter because they lose the grenade. Like they literally drop it out of their hand, and the other guy just blows up the helicopter by accident. So there's only that one Norwegian guy left, and that security guy winds up shooting him, killing him, and so that's when they decide to go investigate the Norwegian camp to find out what the heck happened.
And they start. That's when they start the teasing. Okay, we got to get this before this weather, this looming weather.
It's like 6 hours or something.
Yeah,
we
have to get all this done.
Yeah.
So is this the scene then when Kurt Russell gets in the helicopter and goes across?
Yeah, and they go and visit the Norwegian camp, and they start seeing everything is pretty much destroyed.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no buildings that are either on fire or they're halfway destroyed. And
then they find the I don't know. It's almost like a tomb, if you will.
I guess
they've unearthed
cut it out somehow.
Whatever it is, the thing was cryogenically frozen there.
Yeah.
Waiting to be resurrected.
Well, and I think they talk about it later, but they think they mentioned something like because they find the spaceship later on, the actual spaceship later on, and they talk, and one of the scientists is like, "Yeah, this looks like this has been here for 100 million years or something like that. That it crashed 100 million years ago, just from all the ice that's on top of it."
Yeah.
Oh, Wilford Brimley was a lot smarter than everybody let on.
He was.
One of the guys, I can't remember at what part in the movie this happens, but one of the guys in the crew mentions Chariots of the Gods, which is a reference to a book that had basically came up with the idea of life being seeded on Earth from aliens. And basically that all ancient civilizations, aliens taught them, how to get technology and build, So that's the way all basically the
movies are going.
Yeah, and so that was big in Prometheus.
Yeah.
And a whole lot of other sci-fi movies. And so this sort of plays on that in that, here's an alien coming to change life here on Earth. Mm-hmm. And it go ahead.
Okay. No, it's fine. Well, and that's finally when they go through that, they see the hollowed out ice block. So they're just kind of freaked out by all that stuff. And they find some tapes that the Norwegians video recorded and all that stuff. So they decide to bring it with them. Well, then that's when they go outside and see that half burnt creature, whatever. Cause it literally, it's got two faces that are melting together, and so they decide to bring that and the other body back to do an autopsy on it.
It's my vote would be no. Let's not bring this back.
Well, they're scientists though. That's the thing. They're
curiosity kills the cat, man.
Exactly.
Dude.
That's exactly what it is. That's what started this whole thing. Is everybody's a scientist, so they're all curious. They just don't think about the danger. I mean, so in the autopsy scene, he is literally cutting into things with just gloves on, no mask, nothing, no protective suit, nothing. He's just cutting into things. I'm like,
there's diabetes everywhere.
Well, maybe that's where it came from the alien. Well, you guys got anything else for scene one? Do you want to move on to scene two?
One thing it sets up is how Kurt Russell's character is very much a loner. He's got
Yeah.
his own little shack.
That's one thing I was going to talk about
Yeah.
is the introduction of Kurt Russell's character. And we see him there sitting in front of the computer playing chess.
Yeah.
And I don't know a whole lot about chess. I'm just sort of a novice, but he loses to the computer.
Yeah.
I don't know if it makes a legal move or an illegal move, but anyway, Kurt Russell loses and he gets mad or frustrated, and then he takes his drink and pours it into the machine to kill it. And I was thinking about the movie later after I watched it, that whole scene there is kind of a little foreshadowing of what's about to come.
Yeah.
In that we're about to have a chess match, if you will, between a superior life form and a human, and which one's going to lose? Which one? How is the human being going to outsmart the superior life form? So I felt like that was a pretty interesting way of introducing the character.
Well, would you say that's very? I didn't really think about it like that, because you could say every time he turns around, one of his pawns is getting taken. So every time he turns around, somebody's getting,
Because that's what the movie.
Affected.
It really sets up the whole movie of this is going to be a chess match between the Thing and Kurt Russell's character, who ultimately becomes the leader of the group.
Yeah.
And you're right. Every once as the body count gets higher, another piece is taken off the chess
Board.
or the checkerboard, chessboard, rather, and. So then it's basically like a duel between two intellects.
Yeah.
Who's gonna outsmart the other? Who's gonna outplay the other? Which is really the same way that Predator plays out.
Yeah.
Predator plays out the same way, and so does Alien. Alien plays out the same way, where you have a superior life form going against the humans, and it's a survival story. But with this, what makes this different is this is also kind of like a whodunit type mystery. As well.
Just because
What McCready set up, he's like, okay, he's already established he's a loner.
Yeah.
He is definitely there hiding. He's not. I feel like he's wanted to be there. He used his military background, which they don't elaborate on. But he's a helicopter pilot. They need a pilot. He wanted away from the world.
yeah.
Where else? Antarctica. Let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go, what we were talking about earlier in I guess the deleted scene was, you could say he was in the Vietnam War as a helicopter pilot, but he was tired of dealing with people, so he wanted to become isolated and take a job that was in the middle of nowhere where he could just calm down.
Yeah.
And just try to deal with everything going on emotionally.
I do like that storyline. They don't go into it, but the storyline that he could be an ex-Vietnam veteran helicopter pilot. I do like that.
I guess that era, you think there was a lot of guys like that. There was so many pilots and stuff that I guess you would automatically assume he's wearing the Army fatigues, when we see him, and he's definitely he carries himself.
He's like a rugged individualist,
Yeah.
like in the way that John Rambo
yeah.
And
was
it's kind of-
an individualist and PTSD, and he doesn't fit into society. He's an outcast,
But he's not just another dumb.
No. Well, they go to him.
Blockhead.
They go to him a lot.
Yeah.
Well, and if you notice, he is different from everybody else, also because he's not a scientist. Because everybody else is a scientist, pretty much in the group.
His first thought's to kill everything. We don't need to mess with this stuff.
Yeah. So, but I do like that possible story that he was an ex-Vietnam veteran. I do like that. All right. You guys got anything else? You wanna move on?
yeah. Move on to the most traumatic scene in the movie.
All right. So scene 2. The dog is put with the others, but it transforms and attacks them. They torch it, discovering it can absorb and copy things. After watching Norwegian videos, they find an ice-covered spaceship. Blair finds a 75% chance at least one crew member isn't human. They store the dead creatures it's still alive, absorbing Bennings and escaping. They set it on fire, burning the rest. Mac finds and destroys the helicopter. Or Mac finds the destroyed helicopter. So I feel like in this, after they do the autopsy, that's when Wilford Brimley, that's when he starts realizing that this has to be stopped no matter the cost.
Yeah, as he's doing the autopsy, he sees that there's extraterrestrial life forms like within the creature.
Yeah.
It's assimilated all these other life forms from previous planets and so on.
Yeah.
And so that's how he begins to deduce.
Yeah, because
finds all the different organs in there. It's like, well, that's a human.
Yeah.
That's not. That's
there's some dog in there. There's some human, and it's.
But that dog scene. So, what you don't know until afterward is that the dog is the Trojan horse. The dog is the thing that's coming into the camp, and it's kind of a brilliant strategy if you're thinking about it from the Thing's point of view.
Yeah.
Because we're never really told in the movie what the Thing's purpose or what is its goal. Why is it there? Like, we're never told. Is it just a sheer survivalist, like an amoeba or some kind of organism like that?
And I think that's what they kind of go into that in that prequel.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
they don't really tell you what it's there for, and so apparently the Thing has some sort of consciousness, right? Like in its ability to assimilate other life forms into itself, and I guess it takes that DNA, it takes that collective consciousness,
maybe the
memories
and all that to make one entity. Well, you don't know all that until you think about them later. But the dog is the Trojan horse to get in the camp, which is really a brilliant strategy from the Thing's perspective because nobody's going to suspect that.
Yeah,
I mean, they all love the dogs.
Who you going to let into your camp?
Yeah.
Another dog that you use successfully and they're your partner?
Yeah.
Or some random dude that was running through automatically, if they see a guy walking through the snow and this other guy's shooting him, they're going to think this guy's done something wrong.
Right. Yeah.
They're going to start pointing all their guns at the guy.
Right.
It was a guy.
But the dog, whoa.
So there's a little scene there where the dog comes in.
Is it where he's walking around the base?
The dog is almost, if you think about it, if you watch real carefully, it's almost like the dog is contemplating its next move.
It's thinking.
It's
looking
thinking.
around.
And then it comes to that hallway and it kind of looks in one room, there's nobody there, and then you see the silhouette.
Yeah.
On the outside,
that's actually
on the inside of the room, and then the dog goes in there, and that's when the first assimilation takes place. But you don't know,
which we never know who that
is
silhouette's supposed to be, and even John Carpenter's never revealed who that's actually supposed to be because you don't know. That could literally be anybody in there. Yeah. I do love that though, because by the time the whole dog scene happens in the cage, somebody is already assimilated. Somebody is already standing there with the rest of them as another part of the alien.
And it's trying to hide.
Yeah.
That's its way of hiding.
Yeah.
And it knows, like, with the dog, I can't think of the name of his character, the one that was the security guy that was over the dogs.
Oh, I really need to start doing this in the future.
Do.
The characters' names. But the guy with the red beard, the one that took care of the dogs.
And they kept telling him to put that dog with the others.
Yeah.
But you notice that dog was always out. He was always, and he'd always be there, loving but
in hindsight, he's planning his next move. Like he's gathering information. He's finding out. Okay, who can I assimilate next?
And really, that guy thinks, it's just a nice, loving dog.
Yeah, yeah. Well, even during the scene when they're shooting the alien as it's transforming or whatever, he even stops Kurt Russell or Mac from shooting him. He's like, no, because the alien is already killing the other dogs, but he stops Mac from keep on shooting him, and they push him away. Get away,
because that was part of his job to take care of the dog.
Yeah. So that first transformation. Having just watched the movie, like the first time you see that, it's pretty shocking.
Yeah, it was.
Like, you don't expect, number one, you don't expect pets. You don't expect dogs.
Yeah.
And, if you're an animal lover, that just like rips your heart out. And then it's so over the top grotesque. It's just, I mean, the special effects guy, I forget.
Stan Winston done
Bhutan or whatever his name was. Wow.
Yeah.
You'd have to have a totally twisted mind to come up with a mutation like that.
Well, the dog, that first one, that's the one Stan Winston done, right?
Yeah, Stan Winston did the actual
the
dog
dog.
scene, but it was Rob Bottin
Yeah.
Yeah.
that did everything
all
else.
the other stuff.
Well, because
So-
I think the reason they brought in Stan Winston, maybe I shouldn't say they brought him in, but apparently Rob had been working so much on this movie that he exhausted. Like he was so working on this
Yeah.
like 24/7.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
He was
And-
doing a lot.
Yeah.
So as the beast takes over,
Yeah.
it like sprays some kind of saliva or poison or whatever on that one dog, and it's just like, oh my gosh,
Well, and you could see they're in such panic because that one dog is
he's trying to eat through the fence.
fence.
Yeah.
Trying to get away from him.
Yeah,
well, the
exactly.
dogs, and he saw that too. The dogs knew right away that's not a dog.
Yeah.
Well, and I guess this is probably stupid of me saying this, but I guess he was trying to just basically assimilate the other dogs and make more dogs so that way they could all roam through eventually or whatever.
So when they bring out the flamethrower, which, yeah, but we just got flamethrowers here at this scientific camp.
In the scientific camp in the Arctic.
That's just one of the
everything
things
dies.
that is kind of unexplained in the movie. Like, yeah, we're a bunch of scientists. Bring out the
Bring out
flamethrower.
the flame.
Yeah, Mac tells Keith David, I don't know his name in it, but he tells him, bring the flamethrower.
Spaceballs.
And he's like, what?
flamethrower.
So when they bring the flamethrower out and they start torching the creature,
Yeah.
and he like jumps up
Yeah.
through
You
the
can
roof.
see the alien. It's like it's the alien hands.
Yeah.
The hands reach up.
Does part of it break off and escape?
I don't think so.
Because throughout the movie, you know, when it starts being torched, it always tries to break off a
Right.
piece of itself so it can go.
Well, what about the sound that makes?
Yeah, the sounds are just like
yeah.
awful. I don't think anything broke off because clearly that alien is still alive. It's like you can't kill this thing completely. It's like you have to. It's almost like you have to kill it down to the cells.
Well, like he proves later. Well, we ain't got to it yet.
Yeah.
But every cell
Yeah.
of this thing is wanting to live.
Yeah. So, after they do that autopsy, this is when Wilford Brimley, keep on calling him that, but he sees that there is literally the human world or the world will be consumed within like 3 years or something. I think that's what it says.
Like 27,000 hours or
Yeah.
something.
And he's
like
always
that.
calculating all
Yeah.
this stuff in the background. So the alien, he's already figured out that he's a smart one.
That's where you get
in
the
group.
that really archaic computer graphic of assimilation. It's like one pixel attacking another pixel. Well, I saw that and I laughed. I was like, "This is 1982 computer graphics here."
He thought he was going to be playing Oregon Trail or something.
Well,
yeah.
it could have
You
been.
died of dysentery.
Dysentery again. But you see, that's where he's beginning to be the detective. He's putting it together.
And he explains to the rest of the group like what this thing could possibly be. Like it's just like he explains like it's born to survive. It's born to absorb. You know, it can become anything. And
Well, and when he starts saying all that, it's his character like changed. Mm-hmm. His attitude changed. Everything about him changed. Everything focused was, and when they're trying to figure out who's what, they automatically he's already made himself an outsider.
well, and he asked the guy that's taking care of the dogs too because
He asked, "Was you ever alone with
Yeah.
a dog?"
and he's like, why? And he's like, no reason. And that's when he's like really thinking. He's like, I can't trust anybody.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah.
I don't know who's human. Who's
This
not.
is when the first seed is planted in the plot of paranoia.
Yeah.
And as we've already talked about, the paranoia is the engine that drives the whole movie. It's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
Is keeping you guessing as you watch everybody else in the group turn on one another because they don't know who is the thing.
Yeah.
And it's not until later that they figure out the tests of how the famous blood test scene.
Well, see, and this is where we see, they store that the creature. What is it? They store the creature in the storage room that they did the dog creature basically in that room, and that's when we see that it's still alive. Even after they've torched it, it's still alive, and that's when it starts absorbing. Bennings, whichever I can't. The one with the. It literally shows him it being absorbed, and then that's when he runs outside, and he's got alien hands still.
Yeah. He hadn't finished. Changing into.
Yeah.
And that's when we first see that. I think everybody finally sees the creature alive. Basically, after the dog, yes, but they see a human being
taken over.
Yeah.
And you slowly see, like with McCready, Kurt Russell's character, you see how methodical his thinking is. We find out later it's from military, but he's a lot more intelligent.
Yeah.
Than he lets on. He wants everybody to think he's just some dumb pilot.
Well, he knows how to handle everything. Seems like everybody else, like I said, are just a bunch of scientists, and it's like they don't know what to do, so they rely on Mac to help handle things.
Mm-hmm.
So they run.
Talk about that Bennings, the Bennings character when he runs out in the snow, and that's when they burn him down.
Yeah.
In the middle of the group, makes
that eerie sound.
Oh yeah, the sound.
Reaching.
So I'm wondering if that sound is like it's since it's an assimilation of all these different life forms. I wonder if it's the sounds of all these different life forms and consciousnesses that it has absorbed. So because you can like hear a dog in there, you can hear a human in there, you can hear all kind. Like I almost thought I heard locusts.
Yeah,
chattering,
especially that scene when the dog's transforming
with all of those
things
it's
coming out of it.
all those little tendrils and tentacles and stuff. So I'm wondering, like when it lets out that otherworldly cry, if it's like an amalgamation of all those sounds coming out at once.
That makes sense.
But yeah, there's a lot of those immolation scenes where people are just getting torched. Mm-hmm. And I don't know who they got to do the special effects for that, but they had to have some kind of pyro suit on or something.
Yeah.
Where they could
a lot of times in movies,
a lot of stuntmen got burnt up.
Well, a lot of times in movies when somebody is set on fire, they'll either wear like a jumpsuit, or they'll wear this gel. It's like fireproof gel. So if you see somebody wet that's on fire, that's the gel that they've put all over their entire body
to protect themselves.
Protect themselves. So they probably went through a lot of that stuff because a lot of things get set on fire in this movie.
So somebody talk about the helicopter where they go and they find the helicopter's been sabotaged.
So
what's that all about?
It's Wilford Brimley. It's his character.
He's starting to go crazy.
So he's starting to sabotage anything that could let the alien travel outside of the camp.
Right.
So
he knows he's got to keep it here. They got to deal with it here.
He's trying to be containment.
Yes.
Yeah.
And see, we also don't know when he gets changed.
Yeah.
We don't know when that happens. It could happen when he's in the shed, when they chain or tie him up and everything. It could happen in there.
It turned out to be the worst thing they ever did was taking him out to that shed and leaving him alone.
Well, they don't know that
at the time.
So, yeah. But so, Mac finds the destroyed helicopter, and then in the very next scene is when we start seeing Blair, that's his name, Blair, going crazy.
And then they find out that the big tank tractor thing on the treads, that's been destroyed. That's been sabotaged too.
Yeah. The only other thing we got out was all the dogs.
Yeah.
And
which interesting connection. That's also what happened in The Shining.
Yes.
Yeah. They sabotaged the radio and
Snowcat
to get out.
You guys want to move on to scene 3?
Sure.
Yes? Okay. So scene 3, Blair goes berserk, destroying communication equipment. He's knocked out and locked in the tool shed. Fuchs goes missing. Mac and a few check on Blair and find Fuchs' burnt body. Trust is shattered. Norris has a heart attack. Doc begins chest compressions, but the chest caves in and bites off his arms and transforms. Mac burns it, but the head crawls off, but not before they burn it.
That's like the
Yeah, there's a lot there.
That's the craziest scene.
Yeah, you don't see it coming. You don't see it coming at all.
So they take Wilford Brimley character and they lock him in a Kurt Russell shed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's gone completely AWOL.
Yeah.
And they don't know if they can trust him or not.
Well, and
Well, he has those moments of levity when he's telling Kurt Russell, we can't let anybody leave.
yeah.
He's already got to the point where everybody here's got to die.
Yeah, because,
Yeah.
I mean, he destroys the communication equipment just in case, so the alien can't send help, send more people in. So he destroys everything. So they decided to put him out there, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know if of course we don't know. I don't know if he is human still at this moment, or when they go, how they go back and visit him again, and they're like, hey, have you seen whoever it is they go see? Because they're trying to find him, and he's like, no, I haven't seen him, but I'm feeling better.
Yeah.
I promise you, I'm
better
feeling
now.
better.
Now, I
I'm
think
better
we
now.
skipped over one part
Did we?
here that's really critical. I don't know if it's in this section of the movie or if we skipped over it. The blood bank scene. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where they go in and they discover they're getting ready to do the blood test, or they're thinking about that. And then they go in and discover that
It's in this scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
They go in.
They put him in the building, and then that's when they start talking about trying to
the blood test.
Trying to figure out
and
who's
so
who.
then they go in to open up the blood bank and find out that all the blood's been drained out.
Yeah.
And the question then arises is, who did that? Who had keys? Who had access to it?
Because the guy with the gun, the security, I guess you could call him, he's got the keys.
But he's human.
He's human.
But there is a sound of keys dropping. If you go back and you watch that scene, you can hear it real clearly.
Really?
Yeah. The sound of keys dropping. But that guy that ends up being shot by Kurt Russell in the head,
Yeah.
he's human.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he's ruled out.
He kills a guy.
He's ruled out as the one who sabotages.
Right. Well, then the doc, he's human too.
Right.
He's the one that does the chest compressions.
Yes.
So he's still human.
Yeah.
So
he doesn't get assimilated. He just gets off.
gets
he
killed,
kills.
yeah.
So we don't know who sabotaged the blood.
That's one thing that they never they're never explaining in the movie at all. Again,
That's supposed to like set the light off in Kurt Russell's head.
yeah.
So he's like, there's no way, if we don't have the original sample of blood taken from every person, we can't test if you were an alien before or now. So
Yeah, so that's one of those unexplained details that fuels their paranoia and fear, and it's like a snowball rolling downhill. It's gaining momentum as the distrust level.
and everything
Is at
is
an all-time
slowly,
high.
their world is slowly caving in on them.
Yeah,
Well, and see, this is where Fuchs. He was the other one trying to come up with a blood test because the doc was gone, I guess. Or no, they suspected as Doc being one of them, so they decided to drug the three. So they decided to use Fuchs to see if they could come up with a blood test to try to figure out who's who. Well, Fuchs sees somebody in the hallway and goes investigates, and that's when he goes outside. But then we never see him again until Mac and Blair find his burnt body in the snow. And they're like, what happened to him? And Mac just assumes that maybe he was starting to transform or he was getting attacked, so he decided to just burn himself. Because all they find is his burnt skeleton and then his glasses. So Fuchs is gone. And this is where they kind of turn on Mac. Because they go up to visit his shack because he sees the lights on in his shack. And it's him and it's the I don't know the black guy's name. I don't remember his name.
Oh,
not Keith David's character.
No,
but the other guy,
the other one.
the cook.
Yes, the cook. Yeah, I forgot he was a cook. So they go and visit that, but then it's been like 40 minutes since they've been up there, and everybody's like, "What's going on?"
that's when they have to use that rope
yeah,
get up there because the ominous weather that they said was coming in
Yeah.
is here.
Well, and we see the cook come back, and he's by himself. And they're like, what happened to Mac? And then that's when he pulls out Mac's uniform that's been all shredded up because...
The Long Johns.
Yes, that was one of the signs of a transformation.
The thing is, if you go back and you watch that original scene with the dogs and they're all coming out in the hallway, they're all wearing Long Johns.
Yeah. But it has their names in them.
Oh, okay.
That's how they knew it was Mac's, because it had Mac's name on the back of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But the first uniform that they found didn't have was the name. The name was torn off.
Okay.
So, but they found Mac's all torn up, so they automatically suspect Mac has.
He's an
become
alien.
one. So that's when Mac breaks into that storage room.
They're trying to lock him out and just let him freeze.
Yeah, he's got that dynamite.
Let's talk about that surgery scene. Where they take the paddles and he's going to shock his heart back.
Yeah, Norris. Norris is the one that has the heart attack.
So the movie doesn't really have a lot of jump scares. It's not that kind of horror movie. This is the closest thing to that.
Oh, it'll get you.
You're definitely not expecting it.
No, not at all. I mean, I know for you, a first time viewer, I know you didn't expect it.
I was like, what in the world? This is the most bizarre creations.
Yeah.
Like the chest just opens up like a big, huge mouth.
Mouth and clamps back down. What it was the shock was killing the cells.
Yeah.
So they went in defense.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
It really does make you think, though, like, again, I mentioned this before, but the motivation of the thing, like, maybe the thing isn't there to kill all of humanity. Maybe in the idea of the thing, like, it's there I'm here to save humanity. I'm here to, because they're all divided and weak, and they're always fighting with each other, and I can unite them as one.
Unity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's a reference to Star Trek if Preston was here. It's like the Borg. The Borg goes around assimilating everybody.
Thinking they're improving everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I bet you that's probably what the thing's creatures, that maybe that's what they do, is they send creatures to every planet.
That's the kind of prequel they should have made, was from the aliens' point of view.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the huge mystery here. Like, the thing is viewed as the creature, the villain, the monster. But in reality, the monster only reveals the paranoia, the brokenness,
inside of
and the problems within humans.
Yeah.
Like, it's the black light that reveals the dirtiness inside human beings.
Well, and you could also say if that is the thing's motivation, is to assimilate everything, maybe it's never been to a planet that had ice and snow, cold weather. So when it landed, it just wound up freezing to death and not realizing.
Well, it didn't freeze to death, though.
Well, I mean, but freezing in the ice.
Yeah.
So it could have been gone to other planets where they've never experienced ice before. So this was kind of like his mistake of coming to this planet.
If he'd have landed somewhere else where warmer weather,
The whole planet
took over.
over.
Somewhere down there is Superman's Fortress of Solitude, guys.
I think I saw it in the background there.
Somewhere down there, I saw a little. It bounced off the crystal, and
So I will say that scene when the doc gets its arms bit off, I've always thought that was so awesome that they used an amputee for that scene, because, I mean, of course, the guy doesn't really have any arms, but that was a real person that was standing there screaming, but he just like
pulling back at all the.
that.
So, and then the head.
Yeah, that was the grossest part of the movie.
The head is the head is upside down. Well, first off, the head gets separated from the body, almost like it's goo.
It does everything it
melts.
possibly can to survive.
Yes.
So it and I think Mac mentions it later on. I think maybe when he's trying to record or something, every cell is trying to survive. So it'll do anything to survive, even if it has to take off the head of its creature.
Part of itself away.
Yeah.
And then the head
Gross.
splats on the ground and turns into like
These
an
legs
alien crab
Yeah.
spider thing. It's
And
just,
that's just crazy.
it makes you think like, what in the world were these guys smoking when they came up with all these mutations?
There was a lot of imagination.
Oh my gosh. And and the thing is, when that happens, the group is there, they turn around, they say, oh, somebody reacts to it, I forget. And I think,
what the heck?
I think one of the guys that reacts to it is assimilated already himself.
Yeah, he's the one that's always smoking pot and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
trying to blend
he's
in.
playing the part.
Yep.
Yeah, he's fully took over all his memories,
It's the dude that in the next scene fails the blood test.
Oh,
Yeah. I can't remember his character
other
name.
than that one.
But he's the one that reacts to the head, like,
Palmer.
yeah, with such disbelief.
Well, they figure out that the cold don't kill it, but fire does.
Yeah,
So
to a
when
certain extent.
when the flamethrower comes in and he starts torching the body, that's when the head rips off and turns into the little arachnophobia spider thing, and it's got that look on it. Ooh, I don't know.
Am I the only one that was thinking you're literally going to burn this entire camp down just with the flamethrower?
That's what I was saying about their world is every time they fight back, they destroy parts of this building.
Yeah, every time.
And it's the only thing that's keeping them alive. And then they go through the generators going down. They only got so much diesel to stay warm. Mm-hmm. I mean, they've pretty much killed themselves already.
It's like the Titanic.
Well,
everybody's
it's going down. Yeah.
Well, and Mac mentions that he says we're not escaping this. We've got to take this thing down no matter the cost. We're gonna die no matter what, but we can't let this spread to the rest of the world.
He comes in. He's nearly froze to death.
Yeah.
When he breaks back in, when he loses himself, he says, doesn't he say that the guy that he was following cuts the rope? He cuts the lead line.
I think he did. I think
Because he thinks...
Well, I think that's when he says they're up in his shack, and that's when the cook finds McCready's underwear that's all torn up because that's that
Draws.
The draws. His draws.
that was one of the signs of a possible transformation. So that's when he comes back. As he's coming back, he cuts the line so McCready can't come back.
Because it's a whiteout situation.
And I love the fact that he comes back and his beard is just covered in snow,
he's
ice.
Yeah, just from there to there, he almost froze to death.
There's actually
40 below out there.
on this toy, it actually comes with an alternate head with the hood on and the snow all over his
frozen a beard. And
Yeah, it's pretty
Couldn't
cool.
find a tauntaun out there, huh?
I thought these things smelled bad on the outside.
All right. Do you guys want to move on to final scene?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So final scene, Mac checks everybody's blood with a hot wire, and Palmer transforms and attacks. It's another disgusting scene we'll discuss here. Mac kills him with dynamite. They find Blair missing and discover a ship under the shack. Power fails, and they blow up the ship. They're killed one by one. Mac, the last one, faces the creature and blows it up. Mac and Childs are the last ones, and they wait it out.
So
There we go.
there's a lot in that one.
Yeah. So let's talk about that blood test scene.
Yeah.
To me, that's the most iconic moment in the film, even more so than the dog scene.
Yeah.
It's the most suspenseful scene. Mm-hmm. Like you're really on the edge of your seat there as they go one by one.
Yeah.
Through the
full
party.
paranoia, no trust, nothing.
Paranoia on 11.
Yeah.
Through there.
Yeah.
And talk about jump scare again. You don't see when he attacks the blood. You don't see that
Thing coming out of
monster
there.
coming out of the flask of blood.
Well, because
you don't expect that.
Mac was suspecting the security guy. He was suspecting that he was one because of the whole keys and the blood, and he was suspecting that he was a creature. Mm-hmm. But he was completely wrong.
Well, at this point, Max took control.
Yeah. Well, because he's got the dynamite and the flamethrower.
He got the dynamite, and before the dynamite, he made him give him the flamethrower. Then he's got the flamethrower, and he starts making them all tie. He's like, I don't trust any of y'all.
Yeah.
And they all tie each other up. So they he gets them all tied together. There's like 3 of them on that chair.
Yeah.
They're all tied together. And when he starts doing he starts explaining how he come up with this, that the blood test, this thing wants to live.
Yeah, he mentions the cells because it'll do anything to survive, even down to the cellular structure, or whatever. Because he saw the head separate.
And he even makes a comment like, this is not the most scientific a test, but he's just using the end. He's got some copper wire and the end of that flamethrower, and he's heating it up.
Well, because he pretty much knows that, like I said, any part of this thing will try to survive, will become basically self-aware to survive. So even the blood itself is going to transform to try to survive.
So you think about it, the alien let him take blood.
Yeah.
It let him take blood.
And I was watching this and thinking, gosh, that's got to smell awful in that room.
Oh yeah.
Geez.
The smell of that burning blood.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord, that's got to be awful.
Well, and the whole, it was probably probably one of the easiest effects in this movie, but the scalpel over the finger.
Yeah.
I especially this. I think it was the first guy. He went kind of in his fingernail, and I was like, ugh. I was kind of cringing a little bit. I was like, oh,
like, why'd you stick it right there?
Yeah. And so that's how he's getting everybody's blood drawn. And then that's when he kind of starts trusting people to at least help him.
He'll cut that one loose. Okay, you're good.
Yeah.
Now you can help me.
Well, and then he tries to get blood from the guy that took care of the dogs, and the guy pretty much, he's going to attack him from his back. But
Shoots him
in the head, kills him. And so they test his blood, and that's when
I realized he was human.
What is it? Child says, so he was human, so that makes you a murderer.
Yeah.
And then, but he keeps on going.
And they already don't trust him.
Yeah.
And it gets to the point when he's testing everyone. He's like, in case, what does he say? In case you SOBs think I'm one of these things.
Yeah.
He does his own blood.
Yeah. Well, and then so slowly we start, what is it? There's 3 left that haven't been tested. Or maybe there's 2. There's 2 left because one of them, that's when they get to his blood.
Palmer.
Yes, Palmer.
And he's got the other guy with the flamethrower.
There's a lot of subtlety in that scene if you watch it carefully. I feel like he knows what's coming and he sort of looks down.
Yeah.
Because he knows
I'm in trouble.
Yeah, he's got like just a dumbfound look on his face. He's just like,
and then he starts shaking.
oh.
And then, God, but how would you like to be the one tied up to him?
Yeah.
Woo!
Let us go. Let us out of here.
And
But
then
that attack scene where he just clamps on.
He
I don't
splits
know how
in
to
half.
describe it. He splits in half and clamps on to the other dude and just shakes him. And
you can still hear the guy
ragdoll
screaming, just like,
And here he is. What? All of a sudden, the flamethrower has a malfunction.
Yes.
And even got that sound effect where it keeps blowing itself out.
Well, and that's when McCready he busts out the window after he caught him on fire and throws the dynamite.
Throws the stick of dynamite and completely blows him up.
Further
destroying their only shelter.
The funny thing about that scene is if you watch the cut, there is a slight cut between when he throws the dynamite and it explodes. But if you watch Kurt Russell when he throws it, he's really reacting to that explosion. So that must have been a full-on real explosion, of course, to protect the actors, of course. But he's like, ugh.
Back in the 80s, he'd singe some beard hair for this.
But also that's when they kill the guy that got bit right there because he's going to turn. So they go ahead and kill him, and they go ahead and test the final, because there's four left now.
And you got Wilford Brimley's character
he's still up there. This whole time they've quit talking about him completely. He's just been on his own.
Well, and that's when they go and check on him, but he's gone now.
Yeah.
Mac tells Childs to stay there, the other one that has the flamethrower. He tells him to stay there and let's go check on Wilford Brimley, and he's gone.
And then they found the tunnel.
Yes.
underneath the shack leading to the spaceship.
Yeah.
spaceship.
So that's what he's been doing. He's been slowly going to all these machines and
taking parts to try to
escape. Yeah.
or just get out of the Arctic.
Or that, yeah, just go to a different part of the planet.
He would have had to have been turned by then.
Yeah.
He would have had to have been a part of the assimilated.
So that's what I'm saying. We
what
don't
part of it, all the
don't know
times
when.
he was giving the warnings to McCready and stuff, what part of it was him?
maybe
Was the alien?
you know, you could almost say maybe him freaking out earlier in the movie, he was already an alien. He because he wanted to be isolated.
Or maybe the alien knew, I'm going to get McCready to turn on everyone here so all these other people will die so I can get away.
Could. I mean, you just don't
that's like
know.
a diabolical way to think. It's like the only way I'm getting out of here if everybody else dies so nobody knows about me.
Yeah. We just don't know. That's
Yeah.
that's what's so amazing about this movie.
Yeah, it's got a lot of mystery in it and a lot of ambiguity. Of course, we'll talk about the ending here in a minute, but that's what keeps this movie alive 40 years later is it's like The Shining in that way. There's endless endless conspiracy theories, endless debates. One thing that would be useful, I was thinking about this, and maybe somebody's made one. What would be interesting is if you had like an assimilation timeline.
That would be cool.
You went. It walked you through
Who got
assimilated when, and that way. And some of that you can't know.
No.
But you know it at certain points in the movie. Okay, he had to have been turned by then. But how that happened and
Well, the whole scene where the dog sees the silhouette of the guy in that room, we don't know if we knew who that was. That could definitely that's the start
change the movie?
of who got transformed.
yeah.
So, so pretty much after they find that ship, they kind of put some dynamite around it, and they go back up to the shed there, and they see Childs run. I think this is when the power goes out. They see Childs run out of the building. We don't
From the generator.
So we don't know what's Child. They're like, Child's running out. What's he doing? So this is when they pretty much they're like, we've pretty much just got to blow up everything. This thing is its plan is to go back into freezing until somebody else finds it.
Yeah, it's already went from I'm gonna escape. First he was I'm gonna hide as one of these humans until spring when we naturally leave. Went to I gotta build a ship to get out of here and kill everybody else. To now I'm just gonna go back in the deep freeze till somebody finds me 1,000 years from now.
Because when the power goes out, it tore out the generator.
Yeah.
So it destroyed the generator. So that's when the power goes out. Mm-hmm. So its final plan, its backup plan, basically is I'm just gonna go back into the ice,
Cryo sleep.
until somebody finds me.
So that's when the question arises, okay, if, and I'll say if, but I believe Childs is assimilated. Mm-hmm. At what point does that happen? The movie doesn't answer that, but you've got that ambiguous moment there, like you said, where he leaves.
Just runs out in the snow.
Yeah. So is he already assimilated then? There's a scene where he stays back in the coat room.
Yeah. That's right before when they started investigating everything. He stays back
because they're going down into the mine to check on the big diesel burners.
Yeah.
And he stays back. So it makes you wonder, like at that point,
Did something get him?
Was he already turned, or when he goes out? I mean, you don't know.
No, you don't. So pretty much this is where they decide to let's heat things up. And they start destroying the facility. They got like, what's it called? The bottles of alcohol and
Molotov cocktail.
Cocktail.
And they just start tossing them and eat in every single room and heating the whole place up.
And that's when you see Mr. Diabetes return.
Yeah. Well,
He does a unique assimilation thing where he just puts a hand on the face.
And that's when he's assimilating it right then and there.
Yeah, that was a cool effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you see him dragging him off by the head.
He kind of got the little scare, like.
It is kind of jarring a little bit.
How many people got the jump scare of Wilford Brimley? You know, you turn around there, you stop.
He's doing a Vulcan mind meld.
If he just said diabetes right there, I'd have lost it. Diabetes.
Well, and see that the cook is the one that sees him getting dragged away and goes to investigate. There's too much separation in this movie.
And that's what happens in every horror movie.
Oh yeah. Let's run upstairs.
Yeah.
The person who gets separated from the group is always the one that gets picked off.
Yeah. So that's when Mac is. I wish I knew the cook's name, but he says his name, but then he's gone, just completely gone.
Yeah.
And that's when he hears something, and then some the floor. I thought that was a really awesome effect. The floor just through the whole hallway. I thought that was really awesome.
And by then you see like the mega evolution form of
It absorbed everybody.
Having absorbed all of those people.
You see all the different faces and everything it's assimilated all at once.
Yeah.
You know, they actually made, this is kind of a little bit off topic, but they made a Funko Pop of that creature.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, it's a normal size Funko Pop, but yeah, it's literally the entire creature with its dog head on the side, but yeah, you see all the faces.
And then spoiler alert, he does the monster in at the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he throws the dynamite and he says "F you too" and blows it up, and then you go back outside and you start seeing all the explosions and
Everything's blowing up.
And
And
then-
everything they've set up to blow up is blowing up.
Max by himself now. He's freezing to death. Well, he thinks he is.
And he's sitting there and he's like come to the realization, okay, I've saved the planet. Now it's time for me to die. I'm not going to make it out of here.
And that's when Child starts walking up, and Max like, where were you? Where'd you go? Mm-hmm. And that's when he said, I saw Wilford Brimley's character walking out, but we don't know. Mm-hmm. And he's like, so are we the only ones left? And he's like, yeah, I think so. And then he's like, I guess we're just gonna sit here and
wait it out, see what happens.
See what happens.
Like the warmth feels good. Man.
So,
am I the only one that loves the music in it? It's like it's very simple, but it's
like
just
two notes. Actually, I didn't like the soundtrack. I felt like it was too sparse.
Yeah.
And it was.
So yeah, you're the only one.
I guess I am.
I mean,
you don't give your opinion.
It's two notes. It's like all it is.
It's just, I don't know. It just has that eerie feeling to it. I don't think the movie. I think that's another thing. I don't think the movie would be the same without that.
So let's talk about that ending.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's intentionally ambiguous, just like so many great movies that we like. For you think about Inception has an ambiguous ending. The Shining, Shutter Island. Remember Shutter Island?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It has an ambiguous ending. 2001. So it leaves it open ended there for endless debate. Now I'm of the opinion that Childs is the thing. Mm-hmm. He's the creature.
Yeah.
At that point. And here's the big clue for me. And I was talking to Doug about this before we recorded. You have a bookend for the introduction of Kurt Russell's character and what would, I guess, be the death scene, even though it doesn't show him dying on camera. You know this is the end for him. So in the beginning, as he's playing the computer, he takes the whiskey and pours it into the computer to effectively
kill it.
Yep.
So the chess match has now played out, and we get to the end. And I think you have a bookend of that because what does he do? He gives him the bottle of whiskey, and then he laughs.
Yeah.
And then he chuckles as if to say, well, here it is.
Yeah.
I just figured it out. You're the thing.
The thing, yeah.
It's like, I guess you beat us.
Yeah, because I mean, there's nothing left to do.
Yeah,
because they're to sit there and freeze to death. So
you don't have anything.
But think about this, okay? If Childs is, which I believe he is, because I think you can make that case beginning to end. I think the question then arises is why wouldn't the thing assimilate him? You would think that would be the next thing. He would assimilate Kurt Russell's character, but we don't see that.
Right.
No.
Well, my thinking is it doesn't need to now because
It's one. It knows it's one.
it's one. It's going to sit there and freeze. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he knows Mac's going to die, freeze to death, and he's just sit there and go in hibernation.
He just go dormant.
So
He doesn't need to, but also what about this? What about the idea that the thing would find assimilating him to be like repugnant? Like this guy's a virus. He's so because he's so rebellious and he's so self-willed, like that he wouldn't be worthy of me assimilating. In other words, it would be beneath me.
Yeah.
Is that I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
No.
I mean, like the when I watched it, probably the first few times I watched it, I thought that my thoughts initially was, okay, they actually beat it. These two guys, which have never trusted each other, end up coming together to where they have to trust each other in their death to like which one of us is going to die first.
But I don't think they trust each other. Even there,
No,
at the
they
end.
don't. But I mean, but what else can they?
There's
do?
no chest bump that's happening. We did it, bro.
Yeah, no, they're like, but neither one of them knows, are you, am I? But they could both be just humans and showing the nature of humanity.
Yeah.
We do not
I
trust
think
each other.
that's
We're going to die.
I think that's the point in the movie where the paranoia that's been playing out on screen breaks through the fourth wall and comes to the viewer and grips the viewer, and that's why the movie is timeless.
yeah.
Because it grabs you by the throat and sort of brings you into the paranoia and has you questioning everything,
Right. Yeah.
which is a brilliant way to end it.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's just down to personally. I just think it's down to the fact that the thing realizes it's one, and so I think it's just basically it's just like it's time to rest. So
you think one of them is the thing for sure. You don't
Yeah.
think they're both human. You don't think they actually beat it.
So I was talking to you about this, Doug. All right, so this is a long answer, but let's use the example of The Walking Dead.
Yep.
Okay, so as you watch The Walking Dead series, or really any zombie movie, you come to the realization that there's a double meaning behind the title Walking Dead. So obviously you first think of the zombies themselves, the walkers. But as you watch Rick and his group throughout the series, they become the Walking Dead because they have to live in this terrible world that's apocalyptic, and in the process, they're trying to hold on to their humanity. And so the whole show is about that, really about them trying to hold on to the old world and keep themselves sane and try and create, a peaceful civilization as much as they can. But in the process, they become the Walking Dead, not just literally in that they turn into zombies, but if you survive,
yeah.
you lose so much of yourself.
Well, I think they even say we are the walking. I think they
Right.
literally say we are the walking dead.
So let's use that idea and apply it here to the thing. And so when the movie starts out, the outsider, the alien is the thing. And then slowly throughout the movie, he assimilates everybody until it's, in my opinion, I think it's Childs and Kurt Russell's. And so Kurt Russell then, at the end of the movie, he becomes the thing, not literally, but he's the outsider now.
Yeah.
The thing has won, and now Kurt Russell has become the thing that he's fought against. He's the ultimate outsider, right? If the goal is to not be assimilated, now Kurt Russell doesn't fit in.
Right.
He went to this place to be isolated from all of humanity, and now he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is the only one left.
And so I think that was what the ending of the movie said to me, is that, the tragedy, the horror of it is that it was almost like Kurt Russell is destined to be the thing that he was fighting against. Does that make sense?
No, completely.
He loses all of his humanity.
Yeah.
In fighting this thing.
So I will say, and I was reading about this, that they made I think it was like in 2010 or something, they made a Thing video game, like it was for Xbox 360 or whatever, for PlayStation 3, that there is one scene in the game. It's not following this story, it's its own story, but there is one scene where you can read an article about them finding Mac still alive. He's hanging on to life. They do find him, but he's human. Like they whoever found him, the military or whatever, they do find him, and he comes back to the mainlands, and he is human.
But this is the video game.
Yeah, it's in the video game. So I mean,
is it canon?
Well, I don't know. But they do. That is one thing. But I personally, I think Mac is the only one left. Childs, I think he is the Thing, and I feel like that's the reason he doesn't attack Mac, because he's like, I've won, so I'm just gonna go to sleep now.
Yeah.
Because
I'm looking up something. Keep talking.
Oh, you're good. Because he realizes that there's no point in me fighting anymore, because he knows this guy's gonna sit here and freeze to death and die.
Yeah, he's gonna die as soon as the fires go out.
Yeah. So that's my personal take.
So check this out. John Carpenter in 2012 tweeted this out. This is the director of the film. Yeah. He tweeted this. Yes, one of them was a thing.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. So that's why, because I do remember that he's never said who. Right. I do remember hearing about that tweet.
Oh, and he never will.
He never said who.
No.
But he said one of them definitely is the Thing. Yeah. So that's why I think Mac is
here. And here's an interesting connection to The Shining. So, as we talked about in the Shining review, I believed that the hotel itself is an entity.
Yeah.
It has spiritual power.
Oh yeah.
And its goal is to absorb, the people that come to stay there.
The negativity of the.
It's reaching out for
more souls
to become, and that's the whole point of the photograph there
at the end. That's the people he took in.
And so the Thing is kind of there's a similarity there with the Overlook Hotel, in that the Thing is trying to do the same goal. It's assimilating into a super organism, or it's harvesting souls, or however you want to put it. So there's kind of an interesting parallel there.
Right. Well, I will say, before we wrap up this final scene, I will say, if you do want to find out what happened to the Norwegians, go watch I think it's like a 2010, whatever it is, the sequel supposedly, but the prequel.
You've plugged that movie a lot.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if you want to see what happens to them, it is cool how they do connect it with this one. Watch this first and then go watch that. I would suggest that. All right, you guys got anything else for final scene?
That's it.
All right. All right, let's do our famous category of...
Did not know that.
Okay, Derrick, this goes back to what you were talking about, what he said at the beginning there, the Norwegian.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
The words spoken by the pilot on entering the camp are actually understandable for Norwegians. Albert broken... Is it Albert? I don't know. Norwegian, the line goes... Derrick, you might have to read this. I can't. See till... I'm not going to read that. I'll let you do it.
Oh, gosh. I can't read that. How about we just read the translation?
Yeah, go ahead.
He says, get out of there. That's not a dog. It's some sort of thing. It's imitating a dog. It's not real. Get away, you idiots.
Well,
so
that would have ruined the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you know why they didn't put it in subtitles.
Yeah.
But I thought that was very interesting because I found that out later. Because a lot of people are like, is he actually speaking Norwegian or whatever? And
Was it just gibberish?
Yeah.
Swedish.
But yeah, they literally say if you know if you can speak
idiot.
it, you can understand.
Idiot.
Well, that even says right there, idioter or idioter. I don't know. It says idiot pretty much.
Kom der vecki doter.
But I thought that was pretty cool. All right.
I think I've ate that dish before.
All right, so I'm gonna say this before we start this category. I found this movie. That's my only downside to the movie, but it doesn't ruin the movie for me at all. Is finding a memorable quote. I found it very hard finding a memorable quote for this movie. I do have one in my head, but Doug, do you want to try to give your number one quote if you can think one? That's what I'm saying. It's just like there were so many good lines.
It's not a very quotable
but it's
movie.
not. Yeah, there's nothing very quotable. Do you have anything in mind, Doug?
No.
Okay.
Totally blank.
Well, I'll just go ahead and say mine. It's just verbatim here. Is when McCready he's recording himself. And he's talking about what's going on. He's basically saying like he wants to keep a recording of just in case we all die, somebody will find this recording. And he's pretty much like, I don't know, none of us trust each other anymore. I don't know who to trust. We're all alone here. And it's something along those lines. Mm-hmm. And I find that I really did like that quote, but I was really struggling last night. I was trying to think of a quote, but there's just not any.
None that stand out.
No, there's really not. But let's go. I'll move on to best scene. Derrick, what's the best scene for you or favorite scene?
So, I think the most powerful scene in the movie. There's two, and they're really on par with each other. The blood testing scene, right before the guy gets devoured.
Yeah,
that's a very tense scene, and I love the way that played out. That was very unique. It was done well.
Just watch.
And then of course the ending. I think the ending is intentionally ambiguous.
Yeah,
and I like the way that it ended there with you don't instantly thinking, man, maybe I need to go back and rewatch this. Did I miss something?
Yeah.
Doug,
what about you? Best scene for you or favorite scene?
My favorite scene's when they're all in there freaking out and Kurt Russell gets back in after they've cut the lead.
Oh, yeah.
It takes him so long to find his way back, and just the way everybody's looking at each other is like, okay, what do we do?
Yeah.
That was part of my.
So I'm gonna say one scene and then I'm gonna give an honorable mention to another one. But the scene where he's on the tape recorder, I just think that's so just him sitting there talking about, there's no trust anymore. We don't know what's going on. Hopefully somebody will find this. And he actually goes back and records back over a little section that he just said. I guess he didn't want anybody else to know. Pretty much, I think he says something like, we're all done, we're all dead, whatever it is. But then he goes back and records over that saying, but I think that's probably my favorite scene, but also the chess scene, the doctor trying to save the guy with the paddle, just goes right. It's such a shocking scene. You just don't see it coming. And I know, Derrick, you didn't see it coming, but it's just so shocking. He just bites his arms off.
There's so many different elements of that had to come together at the same time.
Oh,
props to that young kid that made all that.
Yes, definitely. Doug, what about a favorite character?
My favorite character? It's McCready. Absolutely.
Yeah, same for me too.
Yeah, I'm going to go with McCready as well. He, definitely my favorite. All right.
Even as his hat could be a separate character.
Yeah,
that
hat's so funny. I don't know how they chose that hat.
I wonder if that was like a Kurt Russell thing.
I don't know. It could have been. All right. Hey guys, if you're loving this podcast, be sure to click follow on your favorite podcast app, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and we're also on YouTube. Give us a review, 5-star rating. Maybe you can share an episode that you love with a friend.
Or give us a bad review. It's all good.
Well, don't give us a bad review
If you want to,
no,
they can.
Comment on YouTube if you want to. Don't, because that'll bring us down where people won't want to listen anymore.
What?
Yes.
We don't want to upset our tens of fans.
Don't give us less than 5 stars.
Whatever.
Comment on YouTube if
Give
you're
us
hating.
1 if you want to.
No, Doug, shut up. God. All right. So let's give our final score or our score and a final rating or whatever. Final thoughts and score. Doug, let's start with you, moron.
Well, I enjoyed this movie. I've always been a fan of this movie. I like the original movie, and I like this movie. I'd always like to have seen another movie like where they just in the future they went back and they dig up Kurt Russell's body and find the other guy's body side by side frozen. That I thought that would have been a cool.
I'm surprised they hadn't done that. Like do an actual sequel that can.
Yeah, a sequel to it. I give this movie just for the nostalgia of it and it definitely it doesn't really timestamp itself. It does, but the computers in it's probably what really takes it back to 1982. But I'll give this a 3.
3?
Yeah.
Okay. Derrick, score and final thoughts?
Yeah, so the movie's got some strengths and some weaknesses. I think the theme of paranoia is dealt with brilliantly in the movie. And you could apply that whole theme of paranoia to a lot of different time periods that we've lived through. If you think about like back in the 1950s when the Red Scare was going on, like who's a communist, McCarthyism and all that.
Yeah.
Or like in the 1980s when AIDS first came out, like there was a lot of paranoia.
Yeah.
And then in 2020 with COVID, there was a huge amount of paranoia and
People
like
still
who
are.
could you trust? You're not wearing your mask and
People
did
still
you get
are.
vaxxed?
Go in a room and go.
So I think that's a very primal part of human nature. It's a very dark part of human nature that is tapped into in this movie. And so I think it's probably the greatest movie that deals with that theme that I've ever seen. The special effects are really well done for the time.
Yeah.
Even though they're gruesome and they're grotesque. And then, of course, the ambiguous ending, which is what makes the movie endlessly debatable. So I think those are some strengths. But in my opinion, it does have some weaknesses. And this is just me personally. Like, I think the weak part of the movie is the character development. There's just, and maybe that's the point, right? You're not supposed to know all the backstory on these characters.
Then you would know too much about them.
But one of the things that hurt the movie, I think, is that I had a difficult time connecting emotionally with any of the characters. Like, it didn't hurt me that everybody was going to die.
Right.
Like, that didn't like, man, I don't want that character to die. Like, I didn't have a connection with anybody that was so deep to where it was like, it hurt me when there was a death scene.
Except for the dog.
Yeah. I felt more for the dog.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
beings.
Yeah.
So, and I think that is kind of maybe one of the weak points of it is that the characters weren't really sharply defined. Like, there's so many characters, there's so many names. You are sort of juggling that.
Yeah.
And the only way you could make sense of it is if you went back and watched it over again.
Right.
I think, in my opinion, I think the gore is overplayed. I think it would have been better to kind of warm up to it. I mean, he just rips the scab off right in the beginning. There's no mystique at all about the thing.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
Scene. So here's what I'm gonna grade it. I'm gonna give it a higher rating than Doug because of the way that I think some of the themes are dealt with.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go 3.5.
Okay.
And I recognize the brilliance of the movie, but I think it's handicapped in some ways.
Yeah.
And I completely understand why, for a lot of people, this is like their favorite horror movie of all time. Mm-hmm. For me, I think there are other movies that do these themes better.
Right.
Like, I think Alien is better in terms of suspense and, a creature.
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, I think Alien does it better. I think The Shining does suspense better than this movie. But again, that's subjective.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm going to go 3.5 because I think it's got some things that hold it back. But it is rewatchable. I don't think I'm going to go out of my way to watch it again anytime soon. But it does have a definite rewatch ability to try and figure out, like, the assimilation timeline and all that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What does that make it out to be? 3.5? Is that like a B?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Like
the fact that it really makes you think about
it does make you think. It's a smart movie.
Yeah. I knew that's what you would like about it. I knew that's what you'd like.
Yeah, so, I mean, I recognize the brilliance of certain aspects of it. However, it's not my favorite.
Right.
Does that make sense?
No, totally.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So, I love this movie. I think, Derrick, I totally get where you're coming from, and I think that's what a lot of people were talking about. That's the reason this movie bombed in theaters, was the gore was too much. I understand that. The gore was just way too much, but at the same time, I don't feel like this would be the same movie as if, like, say they used stop motion animation to do it transforming into a person halfway. Or I think for me, this is just me, but I think for the gore, I love the gore in it. I think it's disgusting. Yes, it's horrible, but I think that's one of the chunks of the movie that makes the movie so great for me is the horror in it, but then also the paranoia in the movie is off the charts. Mm-hmm. Don't know who to trust. Everybody is literally willing to kill each other because they either don't want to become the thing or they just don't trust the humans in general.
Yeah.
But I've always loved this movie. I love Kurt Russell. And I think this is one of John Carpenter's best movies that he's ever done. And actually, he's even said this is his favorite movie he's ever made. Was the thing. He and I was reading an interview with him. He's very big on, he hates when his movies when they bomb and a lot of criticism. He hates it so much, but this is still his favorite movie that he's ever made. So I'm gonna actually give this a 4.75.
Ooh,
I love this movie so much. I mean, I think like Derrick, you were saying, I think this movie is very rewatchable. I'll watch it over and over again.
If I catch it on, if I see it on, I'll watch it.
Definitely. But I actually own it now on 4K. And Derrick, I know you watched it on the Blu-ray.
See, and I would push against that, and I would say the gore kind of, in my opinion, makes it does detract from the rewatchability. Like, I don't want to watch it for the gore.
Right.
I would want to watch it for the whodunit, the mystery aspect of it.
The intenseness of it.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I don't think it would be the same movie. I
get what you're saying.
Without that type of gore in the movie. I'm definitely gonna have to go back and watch. I mean, Doug, if you say it's pretty good, I'll have to go back and watch that 50s version just to see.
It's set up like so much more on the characters and how the untrust, because they cannot show the alien like the thing like they do in this movie. So definitely go back and watch. You would probably really appreciate the first one a lot more because it's so much more character driven and the suspense of it, like what do they call him? Captain, the one with the little sidearm on it.
I don't remember. Yeah, I just don't remember his name.
But that's like an homage a nod to the original.
Okay,
because it's a lot more military type installation.
Right.
Mm-hmm. The way they portray it in the first one.
So, but yeah, I love this movie. I'll watch it over and over again. But but
Man,
also
4.75, that's almost perfect.
well,
That's
but
up there. That's up
I
there,
can't
man.
I can't give it a perfect
T2.
score
Jeez.
because I can't say it's better than T2. I can't even say this is better than Alien or Aliens. I can't say that. But it's up there for me. I think it's right. It's not in the same line as Aliens, Terminator 2, but I think it's very close to them personally. But also, I'm a big horror fan anyway, so I think that's why I love it so much. But pretty much our score came to a 3.75, and I feel like that's kind of around.
That's
So IMDb was 8.2.
Yeah, so I feel like
Tomato audience score was 92.
so maybe that's a little bit
right
lower.
on there with it. You talk to people. People either love this movie or they just don't care for it.
Yeah, and like we were saying, this movie has become a cult following. Like all these years, I mean, it always amazes me when these movies that have bombed so bad that now everybody talks about them and love them so much. There's so many movies.
It's like if this many people would have watched it back then, we'd probably have like The Thing 7.
And I just feel like they weren't ready for that kind of disgust. Like I think people probably went into it thinking it was like Alien.
What year is this little dude?
It's probably on his feet. They went into it thinking it was just some kind of thriller with an alien in it, but then all the disgusting stuff happened in it. But
You see.
so we came to a 3.75.
2021.
Oh, see, they're a movie they're making toys from.
Yeah, that's a
Today.
NECA. Okay, so I'm gonna read something that Derrick, I haven't talked to you about this, but Doug knows a little bit about this. So,
But do I?
we're going to be taking a break for the holidays. So we actually won't be back until possibly December. We're going to try to do like a Christmas episode if we can. So, basically what we're going to do is, to keep you busy, for November and most of December, we're going to, we actually,
Go ahead.
Doug?
Yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead.
We actually started a podcast a long time ago that didn't really go too far, and we all got busy with life and kids and work and everything, so it really didn't go too far. But what I'm going to do is I am actually releasing 3 episodes from the original podcast.
Coming out of the vault.
It's coming out of the vault. Just basically, guys, keep you guys busy until we come back for a Christmas episode. And the podcast is hosted by Preston, Doug, myself, and Derrick. But it was just something that we tried to do a long time ago and just couldn't take it too far because of life, pretty much. But and the podcast is called The Inner Light Project. But it'll be releasing 3 episodes. I believe there's Ghostbusters.
Man of Steel was one of them that we did.
Yeah, but I'm only releasing the ones that kind of go with.
He's not touching that one.
Oh, okay.
No, Doug.
One of them was Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I'm doing Ghostbusters.
He's got big hair.
The Die Hard episode we did,
Yeah.
and then trying to think of the third one. It was along the 80s and 90s we did.
Staying in the itinerary. What do you call it? Not the itinerary, but the
subject of our
subject
this
of this
podcast.
one.
But it'll keep you guys busy. They're only about an hour episodes, but
That Ghostbusters episode is a good one though.
Yeah.
Because we recorded that like on the day we went to go see Afterlife.
Afterlife, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, eventually I'd like to do Ghostbusters in this here, but down the line. All right, you guys got anything else for the episode?
My stomach's growling. Let's get some breakfast.
I gotta go pay.
All right. That's all for today's episode, folks. We hope you enjoyed our isolated journey in the world of 1982's The Thing. Join us next time on Video Rental as we tackle another classic movie. Until then, stay cinematic and remember, this thing doesn't want to show itself. It wants to hide inside an imitation. It'll fight if it has to, but it's vulnerable out in the open.